When a connection in your life is emotionally intense, it might be a karmic person. Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we'll be discussing who is a karmic person, what is the purpose of meeting a karmic person in our life, why you are stuck in a loop, what is the lesson behind it, and how to release it. So, who is a karmic person? It could be anybody from your family, even one or both of your parents, your friends, co workers, employees, someone who is in contact with you constantly. They come in your life because of unfinished business or unfinished contracts. There are some lessons that you need to learn so that both the souls can evolve. It can be one person, it can be more. It is usually more than one person. So, what is the purpose? They come to trigger growth, healing, and bring balance in your life. They challenge you. So, are they always the bad people? No, it might look like that, but they are actually there to support your growth through emotional intensity. You are fighting with someone, you are angry at someone, something is clearing on a karmic level. They make you aware of the unresolved energies in you. Unresolved energies, the shadow aspect of you, the parts of you that you have hidden beneath layers, the parts of you that you criticize or you hate or you don't even know that they exist. So, one or both of the souls are releasing outdated beliefs about love, power, worth. So, that is the purpose, to evolve at a soul level, balance your energies. What is the pattern here? The pattern is of pain, attachment, or misunderstanding. They force you to change from within. What keeps you stuck in this loop? You confuse it to be divine love. That is how much intense it feels. You react from your wounds instead of love. The wounds could be the wound of betrayal, the wound of abandonment, the wound of being rejected. You also fear letting go because of guilt or attachment. Either you are too attached to that person or you feel guilty for letting them go because you have invested so much into that relationship. You might feel guilty because you have loved this person so much. But out of that same love, you are capable of releasing that person. Releasing is also a form of love, love for yourself and love for that other person. You might also be stuck because of this belief: this is the only person who can make me feel whole. That is why you are so attached to that person. But that comes at a cost. It comes at the cost of your peace and their peace. What is the lesson behind this? You are being asked to release betrayal, release attachment, release abandonment, rejection, judgment, criticism, all of the negative experiences or lower energies that you have attached to your identity. These are all your unhealed wounds, and that is why that other person is mirroring all of these wounds back to you. So if somebody is not talking to me, they are reflecting back at me that I feel abandoned somewhere. So they will abandon me till I realize that I have been abandoning myself. They are all mirroring me. They will reject me so that I can realize that I have been rejecting myself. They will criticize me so that I can realize that I have been criticizing my inner child. So once I release this dependency on them, my overgiving nature, or my habit of being submissive, so they will keep repeating it until I realize that everything that they have been doing, I was doing that within me, or I had experienced it at a certain point in my life. And when they abandoned me or they rejected me, I attached it to myself. Okay, so as long as I am useful, only then they will love me and they will not abandon me. So I kept overgiving. And when I realized that I had to just stop that overgiving, and all of this came in layers. Layer by layer, I stopped overgiving. Multiple people came into my life. They made me realize that stop overgiving. I had to release my need to overgive. I had to release my fear of abandonment, my fear of rejection. All of that validation that I need, I do not require it from them. I just require it to be in here. And you can too. They will keep mirroring it till you realize that you hold all the power. Karmic people are not bad. You might hate them, but at a point you have to release that hatred, because that release will be the first step towards healing, towards balancing yourself. Another bonus question before I answer how to release this karmic loop: do they come because of past lives? Yes. This incarnation is a chance for you and for the other soul who is your karmic to forgive, to balance, and to release them. Balance and release criticism, betrayal, wounds of judgment, power struggles, abandonment, rejection. Release all of this. Once you release these patterns, these wounds, your soul is able to evolve and the karmic loop comes to an end. How to release the karmic wound, the karmic person. Number one, acknowledge the lesson that the other person is mirroring to you. Like I already said, they are mirroring to you wounds of rejection by rejecting you, wounds of abandonment by abandoning you. Whatever they are doing, it is possible that you are doing it to yourself. There is a power struggle. They are too dominant. You need to face them, even if that means that there will be a conflict. They are running away from you. You are too attached to them. You are agreeing to everything that they are saying. You are overgiving. You need to release that. Acknowledge what they are mirroring to you. Number two, stop the chase. You do not need their validation. You do not need closure from them. The only closure you need is from yourself. The only validation you need exists within you. Number three, forgive. Forgiveness would mean that you are releasing the attachment to that story, the story of always being the one who is abandoned or rejected, the story where you have created an identity about yourself. This is Tanisha. This is her overall nature. She overgives. She lets other people be more valuable. Whatever you are saying to yourself, whatever story you have in your mind about yourself, is how your story will continue to unfold. But you always have the choice to change the story, to change yourself, to influence your identity. You are not limited to an overgiving person, an empath. No matter how loving you are, you always should come back into self love. So release that story where you are the overgiving person, or where you keep rejecting and abandoning yourself for the sake of your family, your relatives. Release that story where you keep criticizing yourself. Every time you think of that criticism or you experience criticism from another person, forgive them, but also forgive yourself because you have been allowing that for so long. Number four, cut cords with that person. Cords are energetic cords. Close your eyes, imagine forgiving that person and releasing that person. Or you can even set an intention by writing or by speaking to yourself in the mirror: I release this person. After identifying your pattern, this is how I have been doing all this time. Now I do not wish to be this person. I release this story where I am the one who is always overgiving or whatever. Now change the narrative. I am the one who considers myself a priority. I speak my truth with power. I know what I want. Nobody is allowed to overpower me. I release the criticism. I speak to myself only with love. And I speak to everybody around me only with love. Because even if you are talking to somebody else in a way that you yourself don't like, you will be attracting that kind of people. Be kind, be compassionate, because we are all mirroring each other. Number five, integrate your wisdom. Whatever you have learned so far, transform that criticism into self love. Transform overgiving into setting boundaries. Transform chaos all around you to peace. You be the one to choose that peace. Transform your codependency on other people to your independence. So, this is how you release karmic people from your life. If you like my content, do like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.